Mike, you're seeing a lot of speculation after the Phillies lost a doubleheader. The questions are coming up. Who is to blame? Do you blame Ruben Amaro Jr., the general manager, for not giving Troy Manuel the right resources with his bench, with some fill-ins? Did you not see Howard and Utley were going to be out with their injuries? The bullpen. So let me ask you, do you blame Ruben Amaro for some of this? Do you blame Charlie Manuel because of some of these coaching decisions?
I don't blame Charlie Manuel, except to a very small degree. I would say less than 1 or 2%, maybe. I do blame Ruben Amaro to a large degree. I think the Phillies have failed to recognize the effects of aging adequately. They failed to take that into account adequately. And I think they overpaid for Ryan Howard. I think they got locked into some contractual stuff that they shouldn't have, and some of it is just. Some of it is bad luck. Some of it is injuries. I mean, I don't want to kill Ruben Amaro, but I never thought Ruben Amaro was a genius when he was sort of getting away with some things, and I don't think he's a complete bonehead now. But if you who is to blame? Certainly more than any individual, it's Ruben Amaro.
I'm going to put it 60-40 Ruben and Charlie, because there has been some games this year where I thought, is this the right situation for this guy to be batting? Or is this the right situation? And the weekend was a great example. He's going to sit there and say Bastardo is a setup guy. He should be pitched more than one day. But the day before Sunday, he threw 29 pitches. The next batter, he walks, puts the next guy on base. Why does he get a third batter who hits a 3-run home run? I just think some of the decisions he makes. When Martinez bats with the bases loaded and he's batting a $193, I'm thinking, maybe we should have put somebody else up so Tomey was batting with the bases loaded and not batting where they walked and missed. So there's little things that have happened with coaches' decisions where maybe a game or two that a coach could make a difference, or manager.
Okay, well, maybe a game or two is not 40%.
No, well, I'm doing 100% 60-40, so that's where I'm throwing my blame. Okay. I'll find out more games. I just picked the most current ones for you. Amaro should have seen that Howard, as big as he is, the Achilles was going to take time, and there could be a setback. So why didn't you get another first baseman in here? Same thing with third base. Polanco should be a high-priced utility guy on this team, not trying to be your third baseman. Second base, why at $15 million did you not fly to California in the offseason and have somebody check out Utley, put him through a rigorous workout to see how he was going to shape up? Because that's a problem at second base.
But now, if you're getting, in addition to the contracts you already have, now we're getting a new first baseman, a new third baseman, a new second baseman.
Oh yeah,
tough to pull that off, Starkey, and get somebody worth having. I mean, there's only so much money.
I wouldn't have signed Rollins back. I would have probably had the shortstop Alex Gonzalez that was at the Braves last year, is now with the Brewers on a 1-year deal.
Okay.
I would have gone a 3-year deal with Ramirez, who was with the Cubs, who's now with the Brewers. That's what the Brewers gave him. And he would have fit in nicely to play third. You knew Howard and Utley, possibly Utley, were going to be out as well. And I probably wouldn't have paid as much for Papelbon, although he's been very good when it's been a safe situation. They way overpaid for a closer, and you could have gone somewhere else with that.
Okay, well then who would be their closer then if they didn't have him?
Well, there was Francisco. There were other guys that were out there with the Mets. There were some other guys. I mean, did you overpay for that position? Could you have spent that money different? And the other thing is, so what if you go over the luxury tax thing? You're spending the third most in the Major League Baseball now. Do you want to win now, or do you want to have this thing fall apart, which it's doing this year?
Well,
Amaro didn't give him a good enough bench, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And he made some bad decisions there, and also they've been hurt by injuries there. Which is why I say, I would blame him more than I would blame any other individual. But the Phillies are, and also we should say, and the Phillies are not a good team, and I think they're in trouble for the foreseeable future. But if they get healthy the second half of the year, with another wild card, they could still be in the postseason, which I'm not saying, which does not justify anything in terms of the construction of the team, because I don't think it's a big deal to be in the postseason. The only thing about the postseason in baseball, uniquely in others, you could win it. If you get in it, you can win it. Which
the wild card teams have won it the last couple of years, and they have an extra wild card. That's why there's still a chance for them to make it. That's why it's like, I think they need to do something with the coaching staff. If it's fire a hitting coach just to stir something up within these players, then they need to do it. They need.
Well,
to
I don't
something.
think there's any question that something is going to happen between now and the trade deadline. I think the Phillies are going to do something. I don't know what it is, and I'm not even sure what I would recommend because I think they're in a tough spot. But I think something's going to happen. I don't think they're going to stand pat with where they are right now.
Somebody's going to take the blame.